but I'm talking about being intentional, okay? And intentional is doing things on purpose, okay? Doing things on purpose. You have to be intentional about everything that you do. And my wife and I, my family, every year we do this one thing where we talk about one word for the year. And usually on New Year's Eve, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, everybody has a New Year's resolutions. You know, when New Year's come, they're going to step in and they got all this stuff that they're going to do and try to accomplish, you know, during that new year. You know, we're going to lose weight. We're going to save more money. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. All right. But the thing about it is we'll do that and we'll last for about a month. And it says that 80% of our New Year's resolutions we never do. 80% of it we never do it. We'll put it out there, but we never do it. Okay, and what we do as a family, we take that one word. Everybody chooses one word for the year, and we ride on that one word. And my one word this year is intentional. All right, and that's why I brought it up, because I took the word intentional and I put it on a 5x7 index card in the middle of the card, and around the card I write down what I want to be intentional about. I want to be intentional about saving money. I want to be intentional about reading more books. I want to be intentional about exercising, in those type of things, man. So I write it down, and it's like it's branching off from that word. These are the things that I want to be intentional about. Because if you're not intentional about what you're doing out here, you're never going to be successful. You're never going to get to that point where you're going to be able to do anything. You're not going to get there. All right. So I challenge you this year, this next year that's coming up, in a couple of weeks, all right? Pick your one word, all right, and ride with that one word all year long. And once you pick that word, figure out what you want to happen from that word and make you some branches around that word and use that all year long and be, you know, and be intentional about doing it, okay? Another thing is, you know what? My goal this year was to read 50 books. Okay, and at this point, at the beginning of December, I've already read 57 books, man. So I've passed my goal by 7, but I was only able to do that because I was intentional. I had a purpose, okay? And if I didn't have that purpose, I would not have reached that goal, all right? Because a lot of times I sit down, I look at a book and say, okay, I need to read this one in so many days. I need to read this one in so many days, because I was intentional about it. I was purposeful about it. Okay, and if you're not purposeful about stuff, if you're not intentional about what you're doing, you know what you're doing? You're wasting time. All right, you're wasting time. Stop wasting time and get intentional about what you need to be doing. All right, be intentional about the people you associate with, because you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Let me say that one again now. You got to be intentional about the people that you associate with, because you are the average of the 5 people that you hanging out with, that you spending time with. All right? If you are hanging around 9 broke people, you're going to be the 10th broke person. If you're hanging out with 9 drug addicts, you're going to be the 10th drug addict. All right? Be careful who you associate yourself with, because you only want to associate yourself with people that's going where you want to go and that's already been there. All right, you want to get around that group of people, man. Sometimes it's your friends and you might have to cut loose. You can't associate with them, all right, because they're not going where you want to go. Sometimes it's people in your family. Sometimes it's family members, all right. All they want to do is hold you back a lot of times, all right. And you can't let them hold you back. You got to say, okay, I love you. You're my family, but I'm striving to get up to here. I'm trying to get up to here, not staying down here. Okay, so be careful who you associate with, man, because that's what you're going to end up doing. All right, so you want to make sure you get with the right people. Okay, and now at the end of this, the thing that I want to say to you is that what are you doing on purpose each day to become your best? Okay, what are you doing on purpose each day to become your best? Okay, you think about that. That's a rhetorical question. You think about that. And I'm going to ask a question at the end of all 4 of these principles that we're talking about. Okay, so now I need you to go back and I need you to think about and write it down. What are you doing each day to become your best?